Chelsea's winter revolution has begun. 6 signings have been placed on the club's table, including a defender, a striker, and a right winger whose arrivals have already been decided to strengthen the squad. On the other hand, 2 players will leave the club, some in January, others at the end of the season, and another has been put up for sale. Now, let us introduce the players who will leave, the players who have decided to stay at the club, and also the new stars expected to arrive. Welcome, my friends, to the BePart Sports Channel. Players likely to leave. Enzo Fernandez. Paris Saint-Germain opened the Enzo Fernandez file to strengthen the midfield. The French club has placed the Chelsea player at the top of its list of targets. A player who is currently ranked among the best midfielders in Europe and attracts interest from several major clubs, but Paris have decided to make a move. The reason is clear. The recent performances of João Neves and Fabian Ruiz have not convinced Luis Enrique. The tempo has dropped. The options are limited. Therefore, thinking has begun about an option capable of changing the shape of the midfield. But the path is not simple. The Paris management knows that Chelsea will not open the door to discussions without a figure exceeding €100 million. This is the level at which negotiations begin, not before. Raheem Sterling. Napoli knock on Sterling's door, and Chelsea set the conditions. The Italian club is studying the signing of Raheem Sterling in the winter transfer market. Direct interest and an attacking option placed on the management's table. The website Football Italia confirms that the English winger is open to the experience. A player who has gone through several stages in the Premier League and sees a move to the champions of Italy as a different step in his career. But the deal is not progressing in a straight line. Chelsea have exhausted the number of loans permitted outside England this season. This means Sterling's departure cannot be temporary. A permanent sale is the only option. In return, a second obstacle appears: the player's high salary, a figure that makes Napoli's task difficult in balancing technical value with financial cost. Potential incoming signings. Jérémy Jacquet. Chelsea move closer to Jérémy Jacquet and win the first round. The London club has reached an agreement with the Rennes defender on personal terms, a practical step that means the deal has entered its decisive stage before the January window closes. The move comes as part of Chelsea's search for a new defender during the winter transfer window. The need is clear, defensive depth is limited, and rotation has become a necessity. Jacquet, 20, has been on the radar of more than one club. Liverpool followed the situation and monitored it, but did not move with the same speed. In contrast, Chelsea completed the most difficult part early, the players' agreement. Now only the details with Rennes remain, which is a traditional negotiation stage over the fee and conditions. Douglas Luiz. Chelsea are close to finalising the Douglas Luiz deal, a loan without a purchase option. The London club has completed an agreement with the player on personal terms, taking the first step towards signing the Nottingham Forest midfielder until the end of the season. The move came early to secure the player's individual approval before entering the financial details. However, the deal has not yet been finalised. Official negotiations between the two clubs will begin tomorrow to determine the value of the deal, at a time when Juventus are demanding €5 million in exchange for allowing the loan. Marcos Senesi. Press reports have revealed that Chelsea have already reached a full agreement on personal terms with Argentine defender Marcos Senesi of Bournemouth, in preparation for bringing him into the squad in the coming period. The reports indicated that the player's move to Stamford Bridge has become very close, as the Blues management succeeded in finalising the agreement with the defender, bringing them closer to closing the file of strengthening the back line with one of the prominent names in the Premier League. Rafael Lao. Chelsea plus Rafael Lao on the attacking table. The English club is studying the signing of the Milan forward for €75 million. A large figure, a major name, and a clear option to strengthen the front line. The move is not random. Chelsea are looking for a forward who can make an immediate impact. Speed, penetration, and decisiveness in the final third. Lao fits this equation. But negotiations will not be easy. The player's contract runs until 2028. Milan are in a position of strength. The margin for concessions is limited. Therefore, any agreement will be built on a high financial value and strict conditions. On the other hand, Chelsea are balancing technical need with long-term cost, while monitoring the market in search of the best timing to move. Anis Hadj Moussa. Reports have stated that Chelsea have inquired about the possibility of signing Feyenoord star Anis Hadj Moussa. The 23-year-old delivered an outstanding performance during Algeria's run to the quarter-finals of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, where he provided 2 assists in their 3-1 win over Equatorial Guinea in the group stage. He had also previously caught attention by scoring against Manchester City in the Champions League last season. Giovani Quenda. Chelsea begin preparations for next season from Lisbon. The website Football London reveals that the Blues management have opened the transfer file early and identified their first target, Giovani Quenda, the Sporting Lisbon winger. The move is not linked only to the present, but to a building plan for next year. A young player, a position that requires speed and individual solutions, and early timing to avoid summer bidding wars. According to the source, the deal will cost £40 million, a calculated figure that reflects Chelsea's assessment of the player's value and his future role in the squad. However, completing the deal remains dependent on the final details with Sporting and the position of other clubs that may enter the race. Julian Alvarez. Chelsea opened the attacking file early, and Alvarez enters the target circle. The management are moving to meet the demands of coach Liam Roseneur, with a clear focus on strengthening the front line with players capable of making an immediate difference. The Atletico Madrid striker is considering the option of leaving next summer in search of a bigger role and clearer attacking stability. But the road is not short. The player is tied to a contract with Los Rojiblancos until 2030, meaning any move will begin at a complex and costly negotiating table. Chelsea are planning, Atletico hold the strongest card, and the final decision has not yet been written. Thank you for watching.